Good evening everyone, welcome back to another fly time video with me Andy, and you've joined us on a special occasion. Well, you haven't actually, it's just another fly time video, but anyway, we're going to be tying a fly today called the Zorro. I don't know why it's called the Zorro, and I was told about this fly maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe 8-9 years ago. I'm not really sure, but it was quite a long time ago. Been using this a lot ever since. A lot of my friends have used it as well, I've tied it for them too. And it just catches a lot of fish. And before people say in the comments, oh, it's just a zonker, yes, I know it's a zonker style of fly, but if we don't name our flies different names, then how are we going to tell the difference between them? So this is why it's called a Zorro. So, the hook I've got in the vise is a trout line. This is a W633 in a number 10, and we've also got a 3.2mm painted fluorescent yellow bead on there. The thread we're going to be using is this 8/0 in fluorescent yellow by Textream, proper bright fluorescent yellow. So we'll start this at the bead and we'll take our thread towards the ass of the hook. Once you've got to the back of the hook, come in with your scissors and just trim off any excess. Now I'm just basically going to be using a zonker strip here. It's just a white zonker strip, and what I've done already, I measured it once, just over twice the length of the whole hook itself. Now I'm just going to put this up against here because this is where I'm going to be tied it in, and then I'll mark with my left hand where I need to split my zonker strip. So I'm just going to make sure I've done that correctly, so I'm just going to mark it. There we go, that's perfect to tie in there. So I'm just going to grab this and just tie it in here. You know what, that zonker strip isn't very good, look at that, I don't know why, for some reason it's separated in the middle there. I'm just going to go back and grab another piece because I'm not going to be tying a fly with subpar zonker strip, because that's just not good enough. So what we're going to do, we're going to start this again, so I'm going to measure it. So there's one length, and there's two lengths, I'm just going to move a few more millimetres, just over two shank lengths. Trim that off. Just going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put my finger on at the front, mark where I need to split the zonker strip. The easiest way to do this is split it, and then moisten your fingers, and then that way it'll separate nicely out of your way. So you can just run your thread over the top. Now I like to do a lot of turns, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your thread tight, and then 3 or 4 more turns in front, and that way your zonker strip is nice and secured, it's not going to go anywhere. Now, the material I use for the body, and this is the only material I've ever used for these, I've never changed it, is this, which is the Glistered Sparkle Dubbin in yellow from Vineyard. And it's basically just a yellow dubbin. This is the only dubbin I use on these, never used any others, and it's worked really well. So I'm just going to dub some of this onto the thread. As I said, this is a super simple pattern to tie, and it's really effective. As I said, we've caught so many fish on it over the years. Stupid amount of fish. As I said, there's nothing real special about it, it's just easy to tie and it really just works. So, and now, this is actually one of my competition flies I used to use a lot, but I haven't done competitions in a long time now, so I'm not really that bothered whether I show people or not. So just dubbing this up there, nice body, I've tapered it up there so it's like thinner at the back and then thicker at the front. And I'm just going to run a few turns of thread. Now just grab your zonker strip, fold it over the top, take your thread over the top, just done 5 turns there just to make sure it's secure. So I'm just getting rid of my dubbin love. Now grab a sharp pair of scissors. What you need to do is just trim this top section. Now you're going to have a little bit sticking out the top here, as you can see. What you need to do is take your nail and you're going to work that bit just into the countersunk section of your bead. Just like that, sorted. And now take your thread and you can then secure that down nicely. And this means the fly is not going to fall apart. You know, that top section isn't going to come away and isn't going to go anywhere. Now, for extra security, what I now do is grab some varnish, put it on the thread, and then these will lock in, so just keep winding that thread in there. This is the beauty of the really fine 8/0 thread. You can get plenty of turns of thread on there and you're not going to have any problems. Grab some of your yellow glister dubbing again, put it on your thread. You only need a tiny bit of this for this bit, because all you're going to do is cover your thread at the head. And because you put varnish on there, this will stick this in place as well, so this doesn't come off either. And just take that up, wind this on this head section, and then just grab some more varnish, put it on your thread. Grab my whip finish tool again, and there's 6 turns. Pull it nice and tight, and trim off your excess thread. And that is basically that is the fly finish. Very, very simple, as I said, but very effective at catching fish. You don't need to brush this out or anything. You'll find this the dubbing on there will come out naturally, and it'll get like a little bit more scraggly and stuff, and it probably works better when it's scraggly, but just fish it and the fibres will actually naturally come out with it after a couple of fish. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. There is your Zorro. Hope you enjoyed the video. I love you all. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to leave a likey on the video, please. It helps the video a lot, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.